to do group 1's reading today. If this is your first time viewing, if you don't know me, or maybe you've forgotten, my name's Alvie, and I am an energy reader, a psychic medium, an energy healer, amongst many other things. And I'm doing it's a weekly reading, but it's a timeless reading. I do one every week. This is a pick a card reading, so this is group 1. If you're looking for the card choices here on Facebook, where I'm actually recording these, you can find a link in the description for this video, and it will take you to the card choices if this isn't one that resonates with you. So I'm going to get right into it now. I'll just explain my headphones are because I like to use music to call in the messages to channel with, but I can't do that in case I get muted, so that you guys can actually still hear what I'm saying and get the messages that you came here for. I listen to music on headphones now, which is a bit weird, but yeah, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. All right, so I'm just going to give a minute, have a quick sip of coffee before I head into these readings. Let's see if anyone, the algorithm picks anyone up or lets anyone know that I am here. All right, so your first message is Infinite Luminous Mystery. Let's have a look and see what this says. This is about the solar plexus chakra or energy center, Manipura. So that is the energy center that's in your abdomen, about maybe 2 inches from like the chest center, or just a little up, the same maybe from your belly button. So this area is, where you get gut feelings from. It is also about, it also governs like clairsentience, as do the other 2 lower chakras as well. So clairsentience is your feelings, so gut feelings, feeling things in your body, feeling messages in your body, things like that. It says facing the sun on this card, and yes, the solar plexus, sorry, my mind just went completely blank there. The solar plexus chakra is the yellow one, so the color yellow, you could imagine like a big flower, a beautiful yellow flower opening up if you feel like your chakra is unbalanced or maybe needs a little bit of help there. So facing the sun, solar plexus chakra, infinite luminous mystery, silent singing beauty, unity. So this is about bringing something together. These readings this week that I'm doing, I'm talking about what energies your soul is sort of calling in for you right now, what your soul would like you to anchor into your life. So unity is one of those, universal love. Let's read the poem on here. She was the queen of the flowers, who abdicated in the summer. She was the empress of the garden, who let the wild flowers grow. She was the lady of the forest, who bowed down to the smallest. She was something now forgotten, no trace lingered, no longing remained. For who she... Sorry, my mind again. For who was she? I knew that was coming out wrong. For who was she to wear a mask and hide? For what reason would she run? Oh, praise be the silence of beauty, the gossamer cocoon of creation, her timelessness and joy without delay. Oh, good, how could this be in the morning? 3 magic words: firmness, softness, and yielding. All right, so this is kind of giving me the feeling of transformation, of once being something and now moving into something else, to forgetting about the past or forgetting about a particular version of you. Not forgetting as in like not honoring, but no longer embodying that energy, but also working with unity and universal love. And yeah, those three magic words: firmness, softness, and yielding. So, interesting energies coming through here. Let's have a look and see what else we've got. Dragonfly. Oh, wow. So the dragonfly card has come up. Do I have the book for this one around? I really want to read this. This is kind of cool because I've been getting dragonflies coming up for me for about a week now. Emergence, so coming out of the waters. Like the story about how dragonflies come to be, what they are, is they start off as like a kind of a worm or a caterpillar that lives in the mud in the bottom of, water, lakes. I think probably more lakes than rivers, but anyway, so water, it's sort of like the lotus as well. It's sort of this becoming, going from one thing to another. So this is a message in both of these cards, and honestly, I couldn't have picked them better. Not that I actually look at them when I pick them. So it's really the guides just saying, this is your time of emergence. It's your time to change from one thing to another, to come out of the mud of where you are or where you've been, and to become this beautiful, luminous butterfly energy, dragonfly energy. And we all know that dragonflies, like, they change color. They're very, what is the word? Iridescent. They fly from what, you can see them one minute they're here and the next minute they're gone. So this is a very sort of, it's an energy of, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I know what I'm trying to bring through, but the words are not coming. So maybe I'll just go into these next two oracle cards for you guys, and then we'll see what else comes up. So what have we got? Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was an aesthetic thing. These cards are not ones that you could read reversed anyway. So blessed assurance, confidence conveys competence. Interesting. Beautiful pictures on there, and we have sort of more, ooh, hiccups, oh no. We have more water themes here, so I feel like this is very watery, it's very flowing, this change, this transformation that's coming in. It's not something that you're going to have to push through or anything like that. I feel like it's this sort of, it's just this gentle change that will come in slowly, if you allow it, and it's kind of, like a flowing creek, that flowing energy coming in, rather than the being stuck in the mud kind of energy. And then we also have bask in nature, breathe the scent of flowers. So that's a beautiful one as well. It's very nature themed. So, if you're getting the call to go outside, spend time in your garden, or go, nature walking, hiking, those kinds of things, I feel like that's probably something. I'm actually getting like this mental picture of walking along a creek, walking along next to the water, and just sort of like embodying, no, not really embodying, taking in all the energy around you from the natural world. I really want to read at least one of these from the book. I think we'll go for, if I can find the book. I seem to have hidden all my books. It's probably a reason for that. There's probably definitely a reason for that. But yeah, I think we'll get this one. We'll have a look at Blessed Assurance, I think. Wow, what a beautiful message, group one, of emergence, of coming out of something and into something new in a really graceful and flowing way. I feel like it's sort of embedding this earthy energy that I've been picking up on, and I've been downloading hi tabs. I just saw your message there, that I've been downloading in the last few days, probably over the last week or so, about this is a message that I have personally gotten about how I went through the ascension thing and went right up high and expanded really, really large, and now it's time to come down. And what my guides are saying is, it's not anchoring this energy into the earth or into, you know, grounding. It's earthing. That's what they're calling it. So taking that energy, those themes and that magic that I found up in the stars, up in the cosmos, up in the expanded consciousness realms, and bringing that back down into the earth and creating more magic and more healing with that. This might be something for you guys too, if this is a reading that is resonating for you. So let's have a look at Blessed Assurance now that I've finished talking about myself. The most outstanding quality in a person is confidence, which is about believing in yourself and your abilities. Confidence relates to every aspect of your life's journey, from work and relationships to speaking your mind when disagreeing with someone. The level of your self-belief determines your ability to succeed in the challenges that come along your way. When your mind accepts that you are great, noble, brave, and truthful, you can move, speak, and act with conviction. You hold a power within you that is undeniable. You are the only one who has access to it. No one can take it away from you. Your power is God's gift to you. There are always obstacles, challenges, and less than perfect conditions in everybody's life. Lift this weight off your shoulders and be assured that you can deal with obstacles as they appear along the path. You deserve the best. Never let yourself or anyone else tell you otherwise. Do not hesitate to speak up for yourself. Give your absolute best in any situation. Dare to take risks and seize opportunities. Know that each bold step you take helps you grow stronger and more skilled, and consequently become more successful. Soon your competence increases. You will have more self-reliance in dealing with pressure and tackling personal and professional challenges. Wow, that's a really cool message as well. And I feel like this is kind of like it's leading where you're going. This emergence, this change, this transformation, which is flowing in quite gently and beautifully, is actually taking you to a more confident place. It's sort of giving you this energy that I've just read about here. So remembering that you are very powerful, and no one can really take that away from you. It's only your thoughts, or your thoughts and the way that you choose to approach a situation, or maybe just, it's not it's not always that we are consciously doing these things, like giving our power away to situations and people and things like that. It's often learnt behavior, it's subconscious behavior. So if you notice that you feel like you're drained by something, or you're giving your power away, or you don't feel as confident as you used to around a certain situation or person, maybe this is it's what's the word I'm looking for? A warning. A warning for you, from your guides, from your intuition, from your energy, to say step back and remember who you are. Don't let this person or this situation shake you. So that's really interesting. I love that. I really want to read Bask in Nature as well. Sorry guys, you're getting a story today. I'm reading all the books. Just because these cards are so beautiful, and I love the meanings that are in the book, as well as the intuitive meanings that come through for me. So breathe in the scent of flowers is what it says underneath the Bask in Nature. As human beings, we are biologically designed to be surrounded by nature. We are linked with fresh air, plants and animals. The natural world lulls us into dreaming and lures our hearts into yearning for love. The timeless beauty in nature pulls us out of our concerns and thoughts and leads us to delight in our surroundings without judgment. So yeah, as soon as I was reading that, I was kind of getting, if you're getting stressed at home, if you've got things going on that are stressing you, spending more time in nature and allowing yourself to just kind of, let go of whatever stories are going on in your head, whatever situations you're facing, and just take in that nature. Remember that nature doesn't hurry, but it still gets to where it's going, and all of that sort of stuff as well. The feeling that the world has lost its magic and the soul... The feeling that the world has lost its magic blocks the soul along the path of creativity and growth. The inspiration that brings romance and passion is missing. It indicates you are not spending enough time basking in the beauty of nature. The life-loving butterfly is inviting you to step out into nature and feel the joy that could bring genuine quality to your life. Your soul longs to break away from the negative influences of the news, social media, and other things that could make you feel fatigued and disheartened. Stepping away from technology and into nature can offer you many clues to guide your journey along the paths of love and delight. It can also invite you to do more physical things that translate into a healthier and more fulfilling life. Being in nature can be much more conducive to meditation than sitting quietly indoors. Allow the garden of your heart to come alive by being in touch with your deeper self. That is beautiful too. Wow, what a beautiful message so far. It's all about nature. It's all about like coming back home and allowing this. But as I was saying, I was having that vision of it's sort of like a creek, walking along a creek, or being the energy of that creek as it sort of meanders along, and remembering your creativity and how to do things in a different way perhaps than you normally would, and just remembering your magic and your power, because we all have it. It's so easy to get disconnected from it sometimes. Let's have a look at some angel answers. I was going to use Moon Witch Oracle, but the cards seem to have disappeared into the void of my house somewhere, so these ones are it. All right, so remain positive. As we go a little deeper into this message, when we're transforming, or facing something where it is a transformative experience, sometimes remaining positive is really a reminder that we need, because sometimes it's so easy to fall into getting stuck in that stressful situation, or as that card was just saying about the negativity of the news and social media and stuff. Remaining positive is going to be something that's really guiding for you, that's really helpful for you. The more positive energy that you can bring into your life, and the more positive thoughts. And I'm not saying, use positivity to bypass whatever else it is that what you're facing. But facing things with a positive attitude always helps, because it helps you overcome challenges and things more easily than getting stuck in the details and the negativeness of it. Okay, so let's go on to the next card. We'll see what's going on. Okay, we've got a couple. We've got 3. All right, so there's something better. Okay, so there's something, maybe it's just that your guides sort of coming through and saying, while you're in this transitional stage, while you're flowing into this new blessed assurance, this remembering of who you are and using your power to do the things that you came here to do, while you're in this change, while you're in this emergence, while you're like while you're the dragonfly larvae, no longer in the mud, but sort of growing your wings and coming out of that water. It's a transition, and they're reminding you that this isn't your final destination. This is just a stop off, right? It's just a stop off. So they're saying there's something better coming up for you. And then you've got wait. So it's sort of like, just you wait. Something cool's going to happen. Don't give up on whatever now, or don't get pulled into the negativity and get pulled down by whatever's going on, or whatever situation you might be facing right now. So wait, because something else is coming, something better is coming. Meditation brings answers. So we've had that come up twice now. So spending time quietly by yourself, doing the nature thing, nature walks, and spending time. I'm feeling a lot of water sort of energy. That water for you guys, group 1, will be very cleansing. Whether you've got water that you like, natural water you can be in or put your feet in, or whether it's like having salt baths or being near the sea, or however that works for you. I feel like spending time in nature near water is something that's going to be very beneficial for you. My guides are sort of like pushing through this, as I said, it's like the creek or brook, kind of like babbling along. Just it's not like in a hurry or anything, but it's this energy of, I don't know, it's movement, but it's not movement that's really fast. It's not movement that's, forceful or anything like that. It's just going with the flow kind of energy that I'm getting here for you guys. And I feel like if you meditate that near water, or if you sit quietly near water, what you'll find is that you will start getting messages from the water. I've got an entire deck of oracle cards that are dedicated to healing waters. So water is healing. There's lots of healing properties in water. You could look up Masaru Emoto, who did experiments on how water, the cells in the water respond to various vibrations, and how that, relates to the amount of water we have in our body and all of that sort of stuff. That's really fascinating. So if you're remembering that and you're thinking like, the more positive energy I bring into my body, the more positive my cells will be, because the water is, or blessing the water before you drink it, all sorts of things like that. Like, I could just keep going on about this forever, but I'm not going to. I'm sure you guys will go and, look it up or find out. If it tweaks your interest, you'll look into it. Ask for help from others. So I feel like wherever you are at this time, when you watch this reading, getting help from others, getting community. Communities have become a big thing in the last couple of weeks for me. Understanding that community is really important. I think maybe, the pandemic and the isolation and all of that sort of stuff has kind of made people a bit more wary of being connected, or maybe we're all just busy or whatever, but we need our community, we need our people, right? And because they are the people who do support us, they are the people who can help us, but also they can point us in the right direction to people who can help us with other things that, maybe your friends aren't, I don't want to say qualified, but you don't know all of the ins and outs of something. There's a situation, I feel like it might be legal or medical or something along those lines, where someone who's got more knowledge about how to get through red tape or something like that would be really beneficial to whatever it is that you're facing right now, or whatever it is you're working your way through, to get to remembering your power, and to get to I feel like it's like a resolution in some area of your life, and by having this resolution, it's kind of going to bring back to you what your purpose is, or what your mission is, or remind you that there are things in your soul that only you have, that you can offer to other people, to help them, to love them, to whatever them, I think you'll know what I mean anyway. Yeah, I can't remember where I was going with that. It's like I've been drinking, honestly. I haven't. Not recently, anyway. Only coffee with chaga in it. So let's get a few more messages. Group 1. Whew. All right. Choose a new direction. Okay, so yeah, this is interesting. To choose a new direction. I feel like once this resolution, it sort of feels like a big tangle, or something that's like karmic, that's holding you back in some way, that you're sort of traversing through, but it's also creating growth in the fact that you are going through it, you're walking through it, you're facing it, you may be helping other people as well. But I feel like once this is sort of done, you'll be able to choose a new direction. Sometimes you can't even see a new direction at that time, when you're going through something. But this is, something coming up for you where you can go a different way to what you might have thought, or to what, you had originally had in mind. That's interesting, and I want to get more into that. I reckon I'm going to do tarot today. I don't know why, but I just feel like we need some more in-depth. Let me see, what deck have I got here? None of the ones I usually use. They're all packed away from my traveling. So let's get this one out and see. Whew. Okay, so what's the new direction that group 1, you know, tell me a bit more about this situation of choosing a new direction, of there's something better. So I feel like, yeah, for some of you, definitely, it's a situation you feel kind of stuck in. I feel like it's, you know, maybe you can't see a way through at the moment, but they're still asking you to remain positive because there is something better coming. It's just a transitional time. But as I said, I don't think it's one of those really wild kind of transitions that we go through sometimes that feel like your whole life is about to fall apart. I feel like it's a bit more gentle. I feel like it's something that's definitely, you know, it's leading you somewhere. It's leading you somewhere that you're actually meant to be going to. Oh, I say that and I see this card moving on. So yeah, there's, when you choose a new direction and it says leading you somewhere, say he's like walking somewhere, I don't know where he's going, more water, okay? So let me just, cards are annoying me. Pardon me, too much incense in the house, I think. So yeah, moving on. So you are moving away from something. That's what I'm getting here. This is all just reassurance and reminders that whatever it is that you're moving on from, whatever it is that you've been in, it's not your final destination, as I said before. This is about change, but this is about embracing change and honoring change, and that, you know, maybe it's like the season of your life or a cycle of your life that you are moving away from. And we have dedicated effort here. So, oh wow, 2 8s, infinity. Wow, and I got a big shiver. Oh, hello, who's here with me? Yeah, I love it when I get the shivers when I'm doing readings. So yeah, moving on from something, moving on from a situation. I feel like for some of you it's like, you know, breaking away and moving on in that way, like alone. But I feel for the rest of you, I feel like it's like, it's a resolution thing and it involves other people as well. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily leaving that group of people or something like that. I feel like it's just you coming to an understanding about yourself and how you fit in, or how to resolve whatever issue it is that's been causing this blockage that I'm feeling into here. Or it's not really a blockage, it's more just like an inability to move forward because whoever, I was going to say they, so it's obviously, you know, this is a situation where there's more than one person involved, that they can't actually find the path to move forward. And I feel like you're part of this, and the fact that you're part of this means that you are there to kind of find these solutions that someone else might not be able to see. A bit like what I do, right? I get into people's heads and I find ways to reframe what they're seeing, what they're doing, how they're thinking about things. I feel like this is sort of what you're going through right now. It might be for you as well that you're reframing things, and in doing so, you're able to get a new perspective. And I feel like it's something that you're putting a lot of effort into. I feel like you're quite dedicated to it. To finding a way. That's what just keeps coming through. Finding a way. What else have we got here coming up? I don't know if that was meant to be a message, but we'll just keep going with this. Let's have a look and see what other messages do the guides have. Oh yeah, goes another shiver. All right, okay, so refusing to see. Yeah, so this is kind of a little bit of the energy that I was talking about. It's like an inability to tap into that infiniteness of, you know, there's always more possibilities. There's always a different choice that you can make that's more supportive, or a different path that you can take. Sometimes, you know, everybody does it. We all get stuck in this, like we're blinkered. We can't see beyond what we know. I feel like with this card coming up in reverse, it's sort of like saying, is not only are you refusing to see, or is this situation like such a blind side, you can't even really understand. Like you're refusing to see that you're refusing to see, if that makes sense. So yeah, like not even being able to know that you can't see the outcome or the resolution or the way through. Um, so yeah, let me just tune into this a little bit more. For some of you, I feel like this is the other person or people in this situation. I feel like they don't want to see a way past, or they're happy where they are. They are sort of just living in, what I was going to say default. Um, what is the word I'm looking for? Oh, it is default. It's like we all have programs that run in our mind. If we're living in default, then we're just letting the programs run. We aren't running the programs. So it's sort of that kind of energy. It's like not even knowing that you have a choice, let alone being able to find the choice or the possibility. What else did we have? Okay, so we've got seeking the truth. So this is sort of, yeah, I feel like this is sort of talking about the past. This is what led up to it. And now it's kind of like almost it's flipped. It's like we're looking for the truth. We want to find out the in depth. We want to go deep within ourselves. And this is for you guys, group one, going deep within yourself, pulling that veil apart and seeing what it is that you can't see. Because that part that you can't see is actually the thing that you need to see, that you need to find. Um, Interesting, very interesting. And in finding that thing, it's like finding that key. It's finding the key to the locked door that you've been trying to, I don't know, batter ram, using a battering ram to try and get through instead of using the key. What else have we got here? Trust in reverse. All right, so what I feel from this card coming up like this is usually about spontaneity, about change, about starting something new. What I feel with it coming up in this particular reading in the way that it has is that it is finding that key. It doesn't mean that you have to start all over again. Like it's not a new beginning so much as it's a, okay, finally I've got to this place. There's a destination here that I had in mind, but I just couldn't get there because, you know, I was blocked in. There was this thing, something, whatever it was, that was blocking me from getting in. There was this pattern in my mind. There was this lack of being able to open up to that. As if you have a look at this card, it's very much like opening up. It's like you're living in the shadow. It's like living in the shadows here. And remember, this could be the other person or people in this situation. It might not be you. Sometimes these things are reversed. It's more just like I'm tapping into the energy, and if it makes sense to you, or you can see that in someone else, and maybe this is, you know, about that. But this is like living in the shadow, living in the darkness, and then finally going, oh wow, there's actually curtains here. I can open this up and like let the light in. So seeing the light, seeing the way, finding a way past that shadowland type energy of not being able to get past it and feeling like you're kind of stuck. I'm getting so many visions right now. It's really hard to explain them though. Yeah, so it's sort of like there's a lot of darkness around. Um, and it's that kind of feeling of like there is no place to turn to in a way. Like I've exhausted all options, or feeling like that, feeling like there's no place to turn to, feeling like there's no options left to you or whatever. And the guides are just coming through with this message saying, no, this isn't this isn't your final destination. There is a way through, and you're working on it. It's coming, right? But sometimes it's that whole, and I hate this term because people use it to like people use it to explain away waiting for something or someone for the rest of their lives. But divine timing as in it's something that's in your soul path that's set to go off at a particular time when you are emotionally, physically, and spiritually ready for it to happen. Maybe there's some things that just needed to happen in the background. Maybe there's some things that just needed to happen before this, you know, this opening up to the light, before you could see this perspective, before you could find this key to get you to that resolution or that place you want to go. So as you're stepping into that, this is like not a beginner's energy. This is you taking who you are and what you've learnt already into the future with you, and honouring that part of you, but not living in that part of you anymore. Living in a newer part of you because there's something better. So a newer part of you, you know what I mean. Stepping into your next level, a new timeline, a new version of you. Choose your battles. All right. So I feel like this is talking about where you're putting your energy. Not every battle is worth fighting. Only the ones that are actually going to, be conducive to you. Because if you're always fighting, if you're always like putting your energy into so much stuff, or things that are pulling you out of your integrity, things that are making you feel drained, you'll know the feeling, because you feel really tired after you start having those thoughts. You'll feel really off kilter and like you're not in yourself, perhaps, or maybe you'll feel anxiety. I feel like that's kind of what it's talking about here. It's talking about, I'm just looking at the picture, sorry. If I go quiet, that's what's going on. That's interesting. There's a song that's like, changes come, take the high road. So it's like, this is asking you to take the high road. It's asking you not to get caught up in all of the day-to-day bullshit or whatever it is. Like, there's a certain, I can feel the resonance of it. And it is literally, it's something that you can't stop thinking about, or something that's like very intrusive in your thoughts. It's always on your mind. You can't let go of it. And when you start thinking about it, it's like you get sucked into a vacuum of just all of this negative shit, right? And this is kind of part of the reason that the perspective, or the key that you're looking for, the key that you need, is not being available to you yet. And I feel like part of this transformation is you being able to override that, or remember not to get sucked into it somehow. So take the high road, guys. That's what Maynard says anyway. More messages for group 1, please. Alright, I think that was one. I don't know. Does it feel right? More. Let's have a look. Let's see what else we've got coming up. Oh, Jesus. Cheezels. Chicken twisties. I don't know. There we go. Opportunity beckons, but in reverse. Now, what is that about? Let's see. The 4 of Cups. We've got an infinity symbol here. I feel like this is... Often when this card comes up in reverse, I feel like, oh, here comes some more shivers. This is talking about not seeing all the options, right? He's looking down when the stars are in front of him. You can see the stars here. You can see that. Put it in the right spot for the camera. So yeah, stars and the moon here. He's just kind of looking down. I feel like there's an infinity symbol behind him, because this is him not seeing the infinite possibilities, not being open to new things or open to new ways of doing things, but just kind of still focusing in that one direction. This is also sort of tied in, that's what I'm trying to say. This is also tied in to the choose your battles energy. I can see, and I will show you, we have green all around here. This is a very green card. On this one, we've got green here. So focusing on growth, focusing on positivity. Green is a very calming colour, so it's also, nature and all of that stuff that's already come up in this. I just want to get some succinct messages for group 1 to finish this reading. Can you please tell me what else group 1 needs to know? Really? So yeah, okay, sorry, I'm saying really because half my cards seem to be reversed, but they're meant to be. So we have win or lose. this is about a battle. Again, it's about learning how not to be in a battle all the time. This is about, for me, I often see this as burying the hatchet, right? The fives in any tarot deck, and it doesn't matter if they're sort of like Oracle Tarot or whatever, it's always about a challenge, right? And in this case, with this one coming up, it's like this card talks about having to choose a winner or a loser, or, you know, what is winning or losing sort of energy, like not being able to find the middle grounds. But with it coming up in reverse, I'm seeing it as learning how to bury the hatchet, learning how to not be. Okay, my guide said the word forgiveness. So, not having to have the winning and losing kind of energy, you know, where one's good and one's bad type thing. This is about finding that happy medium, finding that, um, uh, finding that way of sitting in an energy where unity comes up, right? So, the unity came up on Infinite Luminous Mystery, that very first card that you would have chosen this reading through. Unity means that we accept the good, the bad, and whatever, and we know that it's there, but we don't have to live in either of those. We can choose to live in the middle of that, in unity, where both of those things exist. So I feel like this is sort of something for you guys to ponder upon. I feel like this energy of, you know, coming back to yourself requires you to be in unity in some way, whether it is unity with the other people that are involved in the situation or person, or whether it's like that unity where your heart and brain are connected, you know, heart brain coherence, or what my guide said was like the left and the right side of the brain working together. I'm not sure what that means, but I guess it's a message for somebody anyway. So yeah, burying the hatchet, putting away the fighting energy, putting away the having to win, putting away the having a loser, or, you know, hating on the loser or whatever that is, but just coming into that energy of unity, of forgiveness, of whatever else. I can't think what they're. I don't know. I don't know. Something's come up. Nothing's coming up, I mean. All right, let's have a look and see what else we have. All right, and then we have find balance. So find balance, obviously, is about finding balance. This is about mixing a lot of different things in. And having seen this next to this win or lose card, I feel like it's kind of like you're trying to fit a lot of stuff in. There's a lot going on here, right? There's a billion different things here. And really what your guides, what your intuition, what your soul wants you to do is find the balance in all of those things. Find that balance. And I think by, you know, going in, all right, they're saying like there's a lot of different people in your life that you're trying to please or something like that. You might not even realize that that's what it is, because sometimes you don't. And I'm saying this from, you know, my perspective. Like sometimes it takes me a little while to realize that I'm doing something because I'm a reformed people pleaser and I want to keep everybody happy. Sometimes it takes me for me to actually get my boundaries pushed before I realize, oh, hang on a minute, I'm kind of letting somebody or some situation overstep my boundaries, and that's making me feel really fucking angry or resentful or whatever. That's the energy that I'm getting here. It's sort of like this is taking up too much of my time. I've got other things that I need to do. And instead of worrying about winning or losing in this situation, it's time to find balance with all of it. And if that happens, if this thing, whatever this is, whether it's a fight, whether it's I have to be with this person or win this situation or whatever that, however that lands for you, finding balance in that and just letting things flow and seeing where they get to with it, rather than having, you know, specific expectations or anything like that, is really going to help you come through and into this beautiful energy of blessed assurance and the dragonfly, like the emerging as the actual dragonfly, the one that can like, you know, I feel like dragonflies are quite multi-dimensional too, because they kind of zip around and you can't see where they've gone and then they show up somewhere else. So it's sort of like that energy, your magic coming back in, your magic won't ever come back in if all you're focused on is like trying to fix things for other people or trying to win a particular thing. It's like, yeah, interesting stuff. Ooh, I just saw something right next to my head then. That was very cool. Um, and it wasn't my hair either. It was like, is there someone standing there kind of issue thing? Issue? Not an issue, but experience. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to pull one more card for you guys and then I'm going to leave it there. All right, so we have manifest and it's come up reversed. So yeah, manifesting. This is about balance again too. Look at these the colors on those that card. This is that, you know, if you're from that school of thought or from that paradigm, this is the colors used as a twin, like to represent twin flames. One is the masculine and one is the feminine. This is all that, but that is balance. That is finding balance within yourself. And I feel like maybe you're a little out of balance because of this transformation. It's not, like I said, a really rough one, but it's something different, something new, some different situation is in your life, I feel like. And that's kind of, you know, you trying to find balance and trying to fit all of the different things in this new situation is kind of bringing about a new transformation and a reminder of who you are and a reminder of your power and magic. But it's also probably, you know, rocking the boat as we're seeing here, things coming up, moving on, all of that sort of stuff. So I guess the crux of this message is that, you know, there is something better coming for you. Just wait, just breathe, go spend some time in nature, especially if you can get near a creek or running water of any kind that's natural, and meditate there, listen to what the messages that nature brings you through the water. And I think I'll call that the end of the reading. I'll close this reading now. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope that you got some messages from this one. If you did, don't forget to leave me a like or a thumbs up or a comment. Share it if you feel that you know someone that this could help, or you know there's messages for them in this as well. And I will hopefully catch you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching. I've forgotten how to turn this off. Thanks so much for watching. Oh dear. There we go. Now it's done. Perfect. Oof. Don't forget to turn that off either. Streaming. Hey guys, it's Alvie here. I'm here to do Group 2's reading for this week. Yes, if you don't know me, my name's AlvieVonW. I am an energy reader, an energy intuitive, a psychic medium, an energy healer, and many other things. And I do this every week. I do readings to they're pick a card readings so that you can choose your pile, and if you're looking for that pile, have a look in the description here and you'll find a link to give you the choices. And yeah, I do these readings every week for you guys just as a guidance and energy check-in type thing. And I think now I will just get straight into the reading. So Group 2, if you chose Group 2, this is your reading. If you chose the Calm card, then this is for you. So let's have a look and see what this one says. Get some messages for you. So heart chakra, okay, deeper into the garden. Replenish. She looked into the open space, the emptiness in her cupped hands. She held her hands over her eyes, emptying everything she had seen. She parted her fingers lightly across the forehead, soothing, clearing, relaxing. She moved her fingers down her cheeks, over her jaw and down her throat, releasing any holding on with soft strokes. She lay her hands at rest at her heart, breathing into the calm spaciousness. Space, a continuous area of expanse, which is free, available, or unoccupied. Is love space? Is self-love giving yourself space to gently heal and evolve? Ooh, I really like that message already. So finding calm energy coming through here. As I was getting ready to do this reading, I'm clairsentient too, so I'm clair everything basically. But I get a lot of messages through music. This is why I have headphones on right now, because I channel through music. And I really just got the urge to listen to this song called Disillusion by A Perfect Circle. I don't know if that means anything to you or if you know the song, but if you do, or even if you don't, maybe go listen to it and see if it's got, a message for you or something as well. So heart chakra themes here, healing heart chakra themes. I'm just going to change the music that I'm listening to now because I don't want to listen to that one anymore. Where are we? Boom, boom, boom. Now I need something a bit uplifting. Where are we? That'll do. Anyway, so yeah, calm heart chakra theme. So surrounding yourself with greenery. I'm getting this if you have a look at the card here, lots of flowers and lots of greenery, but they're talking about giving yourself space. So perhaps you are surrounded by other people or, just crowded in a situation or something like that. And you need space to heal, and you need a different kind of space sometimes as well. You need the right space, if that makes sense. So finding a place where you feel comfortable, finding a place where you can relax and not be bothered, to sit with yourself, to sit in your heart space, to let that beautiful energy that comes through your heart space when you sit in there, so self-love, self-acceptance, the energy of your soul truly comes through your heart space, and the messages that come through as well. Feeling like an emptying out happening. So this is something else as well that I feel is something for you. You might be having what we like to call, horridly, I hate this word, purging. Or in the ascension world, sometimes we go through these certain spaces where a lot of stuff starts coming up for clearing, coming up to consciousness, for recognition, for healing, for all of that sort of stuff. So you might find yourself in that space. But being calm about this is the biggest message that I'm getting through here. Also, like hibiscus flowers might be something that you would like to, have in your world at this moment, at this time. They might be a very healing energy for you. You might even be able to make hibiscus flower essences. That's actually a good idea. I've got hibiscuses down the road. I can go and collect the dew off them in the morning and make some hibiscus flower essences, which are different to essential oils. It's basically the energy imprint of the flower that goes into the water, and you can spray yourself with it. You can take it, all different things, put it in a bath, and have that energetic imprint, so the healing imprint, the healing energy of the flower, rather than the actual essence, like the oil that comes out of it. And the next one we have is sanctuary. Now what were we talking about with space here? Finding a space, so finding a sanctuary, cave. So feeling like for you guys a little bit of maybe, yeah, just creating this I'm getting this feeling, this vision, this picture of a very comfortable but sort of, how can I put it? Oh geez, it's really hard for me to translate this energy sometimes. So that feeling of feeling really comforted and supported, sort of like a womb, okay? So maybe some womb sort of energy in your home, making it a nice, cozy, safe place, making sure that everyone in the house is like or in the space, if there's other people with you, is in that same vibe, like making this particularly calm, healing, warm, what am I looking for? A safe place, you know, like a safe space where you just feel like you can be yourself and there's no need to like pretend if you're not happy or anything like that, those kind of things coming up. And then we have optimism. So choose trust over cynicism. Now, as you guys probably know, because I'm guessing that most of you who are watching are regular viewers, so I'm going to get the book out for this one. I actually found my Earth Magic Oracle card book too, but I don't think we need to. Cave and Sanctuary are pretty much self-explanatory, but I'm just going to get into this one because sometimes there's deeper meanings or something that might resonate with you that I might not say or intuit through these books, through the meanings in the book. So optimism, where are we? Op. Soulmate, no. All right. Optimism. Okay, gone too far. Eventually I'll find it. There we go. I knew I'd find it sooner or later. Optimism. So what happens in the passage of our lives is very much affected by how we see it. So I feel a change in mindset perhaps is something that might be coming in for you. This is about the energy. These readings that I'm doing this week are about the energy that your soul's kind of asking you to embody. So this is a calm energy, an energy of safety and like being a safe space for yourself and others, creating a safe space for healing, for self-expression. And yeah, we'll go back into this book in a minute. Sorry. Sometimes my guides do that. I'll be in the middle of a spiel, just channeling down this message, and then all of a sudden it'll just be bam, you know, change the story now. We've heard enough about that. So here we go. Anyway, so when we choose to see the world full of opportunity or empty of any positive possibilities, when we view life with a hopeful attitude, when I read that didn't make sense. So I'm just going to read it again. When we choose to see the world as full of opportunity or empty of any... we can. That's why it doesn't make sense. We can choose to see the world as full of opportunity or empty of any positive possibilities. When we view life with hopeful attitude, we will have a better chance of experiencing joy and peace. We will feel more at ease in believing that love can provide us with the coping skills to transform any hardship. By having faith and trust in life, we can surrender to the truth of our deeper nature and help us handle stressful situations as they arise. Being optimistic is something that we can learn and choose. The trick is to discover purpose and meaning in work and life. So this is interesting that this has come up, optimism, when I was guided to listen to this song called Disillusioned before I started this reading. So it's sort of like it's giving me clues. It's saying, okay, so maybe the people who are watching this are either just feeling really disillusioned with things in general or are having a situation come up that's making them feel disillusioned. Maybe they're tapping into this sort of like existential dread of the collective as well. That's the collective energy too, by the way, which we all are a part of. Excuse my itchiness. So the trick is to discover purpose and meaning in work and life. I feel like, for some of you guys, you might have just kind of lost sight of what it is that lights you up. And what it is that lights you up is generally purpose and purpose driven. So maybe like looking into that a little bit. When you work in there with a real sense of purpose, you will feel more fulfilled and better prepared to see what happens in a more positive way. I've got the hiccups. Okay, we're going to start really channeling in a minute. Living this beautiful revelation will help you discover the world is full of opportunity. It is far too easy to fall into doubt and assume the worst will happen. When you have faith that your life is truly being guided, you can take the journey consciously and confidently. The presence of pure love caresses your thoughts and anoints your vision. Your fears and clouds of doubt. Oh, your fears and clouds of doubt. Your fears and clouds of doubt dissipate, and a guiding light shines upon the darkest places that appear along the way. Remember, it is bright and cheerful. It is the bright and cheerful spirit that brings the optimism, and that can help you find the ultimate peace. The more you achieve an optimistic and trusting attitude, the more affirmative you are bound to feel. Sorry, this is really worded in a bit of a strange way. So the more optimistic and trusting attitude, the more affirmative you are bound to feel about your life. And there's a little mantra here too that might be for some of you. I'm optimistic and have full confidence in everything that I do. Okay, so bringing that energy in as well. Oh, now I've made a mess on the desk. Too much going on here, I think. So yeah, interesting, very nice message that's coming through here about finding comfort and that guiding light that brings you comfort, however you find that. I would say probably by sitting in your heart center or learning about your heart center and activating that, you will be able to connect with this safe place within you, and find this cave, this sanctuary, because it really starts with you, the energy that you have, the energy that's within you, and the energy that you allow to come through to you from your soul and from higher, more expanded energies as well. So I'm going to grab some oracle cards. I'm just trying to think which ones I should use, because I've lost my ones I usually... I don't know where they've gone. I've lost my Moon Witch oracle cards. I put them down somewhere. I don't know where they are. They've disappeared into the void of my house and not in any of the usual spots where I hide my cards. So I don't know where they've gone. Should I use... I guess I'll use the angel cards. I was looking to see if I've got anything else. Well, actually, we'll get a couple of these, and then I think I might get out the Healing with the Fairies deck and see what messages they have for you guys as well. So I'm feeling this whole, yesterday I did group 1, and that was very nature oriented. I was getting visions of working with water as a healing medium, and spending time in nature with water. So for you guys, I feel it's more about flower power and spending time in maybe a garden or gardening or something like that. When we are connected with the earth, we are so much calmer, because that's where we're meant to be, instead of always being inside and not seeing the sun and all of that sort of stuff, which we all do in our modern lives so much. But being connected with the earth can really give you this feeling. And as I'm looking at cave again, I'm feeling like there's this kind of very deep energy that I feel like you guys are kind of bringing in, or your soul is asking you to bring into your life. When I think about a cave, I think about like a nice little cozy place. It's sort of buried, it's hidden away, right? So it's sort of, it's not a place where everyone can go. It's only a place where people who know where it is can get to. And I guess, in the olden days, back in caveman days, caves were the place where we went for safety at night. Caves were our safe space, I guess. So yeah, interesting kind of messages coming through there, energy coming through there. I feel like we're putting yourself in this calm space, this safe space, this optimism that your soul wants you to embody, that your soul is trying to bring through to you, is much easier for you to actually sort of feel and integrate into your being. Okay, so can we get some messages from All right, they're definitely saying no, the fairies. All right, so we'll go to the fairies. Here we go. And have a look at these ones for you guys, group 2. So what messages do I have for group 2? What messages do the guides have for group 2? What does group 2 need to know for the next upcoming 7 days or so from when you see this? This is a timeless reading, so if you see it beyond the time that it was recorded or the week that it was recorded, it still might be relevant for you. Okay, so look inside. Another interesting and sort of green nature healing. Like green is the color of the heart chakra, the heart center. I'm feeling very drawn to sort of guiding you to look into the themes of the heart chakra or the heart center. I've done a lot of work with that, so if you're interested in that, you could probably, come and talk to me about it. I do heart breathing, which is a special breath work which connects you to your heart and to your soul and to, your more expanded version of yourself, but it also connects you to self-love and to this softness that we're looking for here, this calmness. Because when you are connected in that way, the outside world, even though you do come across challenges and stuff, you know that you can rely on yourself and your soul and that energy to help you overcome any challenges that come up, rather than, getting really upset or really triggered or anything like that. It's sort of a bit of an ask for you to come back to your... I hope that didn't make too much of an awful noise when I bent over. My crystals clacking together next to the microphone. So yeah, coming back to this energy, or discovering this energy. I mean, rediscovering, because we all have it, but maybe sometimes, it's easy to forget, or maybe you haven't connected in with that part of yourself yet. And they're asking you to. So looking inside yourself, what is it that's in you? What is it that's there? What problem do you need to resolve, or how can you resolve this by sitting in your heart space or doing some heart center or heart chakra work, which is healing. It's around love, it's around self-love, and many other themes like that. We won't go too deeply into it because, I could be here for hours, and I'm sure some of you would like to watch that, but most of you probably just want to get some quick messages. So what else? So there's a problem that's going to be resolved by you coming into this calmness, by allowing this calmness to integrate into your being and really tapping into that feeling. I also feel, again, like by looking inside yourself, so it could be that you maybe have some emotions or something that's going on that you're kind of not really paying attention to in the way that your soul would like you to, because when you are able to sort of feel your way through something, it's often the way to resolve a problem or resolve an issue or challenge that you might be facing, whether it's something that's just personal or it's relational or it's life related. It just depends, because this is a general reading. It's going to mean something different for everybody. And just while we're on the subject of general messages, I would like to invite you to book a reading with me if you'd like to have a personal message. This one's just for the general collective that want to watch this. So if you've got issues, challenges, answers that you need, clarity that you would like to have, having a personal reading can really help you, because we can go deeper into what really resonates in your energy, what's in your energy field, what your soul really wants you to know, what your guides would like you to know, and all of these kinds of things. So yeah, you can do that. There should be a link here on the bottom of this post where I've left, so you can book there. And if you're not sure if it's right for you, you're welcome to message me and we can have a chat about it as well. So let's see what other messages does group 2, do you have for group 2, Spirit? What would you like group 2 to know? Ooh. All right, so we have trust your intuition. right? So this may be when you are tapping into heart center energy, when you start connecting with that. This is when you start listening, or you start getting more intuitive hits, and you're often guided to listen to them and to act upon them a lot more. I feel like this is the energy, part of this energy that your soul is wanting you to bring in, is to really listen and follow the guidance that your intuition gives you, instead of like not listening to it properly or saying, oh, that's interesting, I might do something about that. You know, it's so easy for us in this, you know, touch everything has to be real world, to set aside our intuition and not listen to the messages that, you know, the energy is giving you, or your gut feeling is giving you, things like that. We're taught to, from a very early age, to sort of like disconnect from that part of ourselves so that we can live in this world. But you are being asked to come back into that energy where you are trusting in your intuition over other information, right? So over anything else, you trust your intuition, and your intuition will save you. Your intuition will show you, and your intuition will guide you in the right direction. Yeah, as I'm saying this, I'm feeling like this, because this is coming through the heart center as well and asking you to be calm. I feel like this is kind of very much a part of the energy that you will be integrating, and also that there's a reason for this, right? So that you, it's like how do I put it? So it's like everything, well, not everything, because we always have free will as well, but there's certain events that happen in your life and they're meant to happen at a certain time. You know, we talk about divine timing and stuff like that. By following this, you are going to be more in alignment with your soul, and this is what they're asking you to do right now, is to develop that that relationship with your intuition and with your guide, so that you can be in alignment with whatever this soul path, wherever your soul path is taking you, rather than be, you know, feeling disillusioned and not fulfilled, and not like sort of going in the right direction for you. So yeah, and then feeling safe. We have safe again. So this is a really big theme coming up for you guys. I don't know, I'm kind of getting that maybe there's situations that have made you not feel safe. I'm getting stuff about nervous system regulation, doing things like somatic exercises, somatic yoga, or other types of exercises to release trauma from your body, because often if we don't need to be thinking about it all the time, but it might have stored itself in your body somewhere, and you might still not be safe. And also to be able to really tap into your intuition, to really be able to hear and feel these messages that your soul really wants you to hear, you need to be able to be feeling safe, right? So you're not getting triggered into anxiety and things like that all the time, because you haven't healed some kind of trauma, or you've got stored trauma and issues in your body, and you don't feel safe in your body. So you need to feel safe in your body for your intuition to really kick in properly. So that means feeling grounded. It means feeling connected to the earth, feeling connected to yourself in a really sort of how can I say this? So yeah, in a really sort of earthy way, not in a that spiritual psychosis type way that we often, you know, encounter on the ascension path. You know, you get quite expanded, and when you do, sometimes if you're not properly grounded, that's, yeah, it's not a good thing. It kind of takes you out of your body. You want to be in your body, right? This is what they're asking you to do, is to learn how to be in your body, feel safe in your body, so that you can feel and trust the intuition that's coming through. And that way you can resolve any problems that come up, because you have that optimism, you have that safety within yourself, and that trust within yourself to fully align with what's meant for you. All right, so we have the next message for you guys, group 2, is detoxification. That's beautiful. So coming, yeah, maybe for some of you this is something to do, this is going to help you feel safe. So doing a detox of some kind, there's lots of different ways you can do that. You can do like juice cleansing, you can do, as I said, somatic exercises, and vagus nerve toning. There's so many different ways, breath work. Yeah, heaps and heaps of different ways, and whatever, you know, you might be guided to a particular one, a particular way of doing this detox, maybe changing your diet, maybe not watching the news, maybe something like that as well. It can come to you in so many different ways, but they're definitely asking you to detox yourself so that you can be in a, I just keep getting this message, safe in your body, safe in your body. You need to feel safe in your body. So whatever that is for you. Let's have another look and see what else group 2 would like to know, or group 2 needs to know. I'm just going to do a few more messages, and then I'm going to take this into an extended reading. All right, we have that one. Okay, so happily ever after. This is about you stepping into your soul path and following the guidance that you get to a place where you are happily ever after. I mean, that could mean lots of different things for different people. Some people want to be single, some people don't. Some people want a happy family, some people want financial freedom and all sorts of things like that. So that's really interesting, but it's a really lovely message that's coming through, is to just come back to yourself, come back to your body, find a way to embody all of this stuff. And maybe you need to do some healing, some detoxification, and really working on just feeling safe so that you can follow that intuition, you can hear those messages and follow your path, follow this soul path, this particular, I feel like it's a portal for you guys that's coming up to your happily ever after, whatever that is for you. So I'm going to close this reading now, and I'm going to go on and do an extended reading for you guys with the tarot, get deeper into what sort of, you know, what themes you might be coming towards, might be coming towards you in the next few days, in the next week or so, or even, you know, the next period of time, because time works differently for everybody. And if that interests you and you want to go a little bit deeper, but you don't want to read any, now, so I don't echo. There we go. Lovely. All right. I'm dropping into the group 3's reading very quickly. It's sort of taken me a bit longer this week to get things done. Yesterday was just, I don't know, my energy was really weird. So I woke up very fucking cranky and frustrated and stuff, and I just didn't, I couldn't read. I needed to go out and do something, so that's what I did. So yeah, here we are. What if I exist for optimism? Is divine timing optimism? This is your card, and if you chose this card, and this is your reading. Oh, and by the way, I'm Alvie. I'm a psychic medium, an energy reader. I read intuitively, so the cards don't always sort of match up with what you would traditionally think they mean. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It just depends what energy comes through for me. As I'm reading this for the collective who chose group 3 or whatever group you chose, whatever reading you happen to be watching. Okay, so this is facing the sun, solar plexus chakra energy coming through with this card. What if I exist for optimism? Let us release any fear of judgment and all imaginary wrongs. Let us embrace optimism. I think I need my glasses on. Embrace optimism as we create new individuated paths ahead. Let us contemplate how we can surrender more to our mystical self. Oh, pardon me, now I've got burps, which is often big energy coming through. Let us embrace and embody the mystical aspects of true self day by day. Let us understand that another cannot be the embodiment of our truth. So let us understand that another cannot be the embodiment of our truth. Let us find the optimism to be as we truly are, knowing our unique design is incredibly purposeful and invaluable to the whole. The dragonfly dreams in all 9 directions. Okay, that's interesting. Just for me, the dragonfly keeps coming up a lot. So, yeah, so interesting that it says the dragonfly dreams in all nine directions. I thought there was more directions than nine, but there you go. What I'm getting from this is like an opening up to self, to knowing yourself, and finding optimism in who you are and what your path is, rather than sort of relying on anyone else or anyone else's opinions and things like that. Um, let's just have a look at what we have coming up. DNA karma. All right, so DNA karma is obviously speaking about things. I feel like for you guys, this might be shifting some um, karmic patterns, some karmic cycles, things that are hanging around in your energy field. Um, just yeah, sorry, my mind just went a little blank. I'm kind of getting called to, and I'm looking for the book for this deck because I want to read into it a little more. Where is that? I had it yesterday or the day before when I did the reading, so we'll have a look here and see what else comes through for you. Earth magic. Let's have a look and see what they've got to say about this one. DNA, karma. See, sometimes I like to read from the books, as you know, if you watch me often. Just feel like there's messages in there that, might be poignant that I may not articulate as well as they do in the book, or I may not articulate in a way that hits for you in the book. All right, karma, a concept in many Eastern religions, is a Sanskrit word implying the greater universal laws of cause and effect, providing an implied code of ethics within the structure of the seemingly endless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, which we experience throughout our lives. In many different versions, the mistaken notion about karma is. Hang on, let me just reread that because I think I read the sentence wrong. Um, Karma is a concept in many Eastern religions. Oh my God, I cannot read. I don't know why it's becoming so difficult for me to actually read these words. So, karma, a concept in many Eastern religions, is a Sanskrit word implying the greater universal laws of cause and effect, providing an implied code of ethics within the structure of the seeming endless cycles of birth, death, rebirth, which we experience through our lives in many different versions. That makes more sense than the way I read it before. The mistaken notion about karma is that it's some kind of punishment, but it's far from that. In fact, it's in its purest form. It simply asserts that our conduct in this lifetime will determine our next incarnation. It has also come to mean how our behavior and actions in this lifetime create consequences in a slightly different version of the golden rule. We not only carry our soul's karma into this lifetime, but also embedded what? Okay. But also embedded in the complex coding of our DNA is our genetic ancestral karma. The double helix structure of DNA contains codes that have been passed down from our parents and our grandparents as well as our ancestors. Therefore, we have some of the same genetic information that comes from the DNA of very early humans. I was trying to say early and humans at the same time. In this card, we see two intertwined serpents with double helixes on either side. Variations of this archetypal image exist in many cultures, both traditional and contemporary. It's a graphic representation of the most ancient ancestry we can lay claim to. Our DNA, the fundamental substance of life itself that provides substantial determination of our life path. Aspects of your soul entered your primitive physical self long before you had begun to take form. While the DNA you inherited from your biological parents has a physical component, it also has a soul pattern that came together in the creation of you. You are predisposed to follow karmic dictates of this patterning to some extent. Yeah, as you evolve in your consciousness and expand the light of awareness, you can make choices that shift and modify this ancestral design. Yeah, so healing your ancestral line sort of stuff, I think, is what's coming up here. This is one of those times you can feel the tug of your soul that is both ancient and karmic. Yet you also recognize the persistent and loving communication from higher self that contradicts the more familiar solutions before you. The choice is up to you, but know that every time you heed the guidance of higher self, no matter what etheric or physical form it takes, human consciousness is elevated in a sense. It becomes a choice between destiny and fate. Whoa, that was a pretty intense kind of message, but yeah, definitely coming up with some things. As I was reading that, I was like, yeah, I really get that, because very often, and I think a lot of us kind of, I don't mind my empty bottle of castor oil there, a lot of us experience this, and we might think it's our ego kind of asking us to keep following this pattern, to do this particular thing, but you're hearing higher self energy, higher self messages, intuitive guidance saying, no, this isn't the way, come this way instead. And it's really hard to kind of determine which way to go, because you want to follow your higher self, but you've also got this very big pull within you to follow the pattern that's become comfortable, the pattern that we're used to, or the pattern that's just like coded within ourselves. Very interesting. Let's have a look. So I feel like with the what if optimism, what if I exist for optimism, is divine timing optimism, and this card with that message coming through, I feel like it's a bit kind of, it really is a message about you stepping out of these patterns and listening to your higher self. I feel like there's a choice here. You have a choice. There's a choice. There's always a choice, right? But maybe you're actually realizing that there's a choice, to follow higher self, to follow the energy, or to go with this pull of what seems like familiar or whatever. And the solution is never going to be in the karma, because the whole point of our existence, well, not the whole point of our existence, but a lot, especially if you're on the ascension path, especially if you're becoming aware of your spirituality, is to take the road less traveled, which is optimism, which is divine timing, which is listening to the higher self, and allowing the soul to unfold in a way that sort of, I'm looking at the lotus here, I'm seeing it opening up, and all of that stuff. So I'm sort of like the unfolding of your soul is going to happen when you choose to take optimism rather than the pattern that you're feeling or experiencing. Like, you'll make a choice. I feel the choice here is going to be quite obvious to you after you've seen this reading. Maybe you haven't recognized this yet, and this is why the reading is here for you. But when you have that pattern or that cycle, and it sort of lives within yourselves, it's so easy to just go along with it. Sometimes I feel like we are predisposed to a certain way of processing things or dealing with things or looking at things or feeling about things, certain situations in our lives. And this really is just a message about how that's just it. I mean, in a way, it's a habit, right? But if it's coded in your cells, you probably don't know any different. And you probably saw your parents or one of your parents and other members of your family acting out this same thing. And this is your chance to step out of that and heal it for not just for the collective, but for your family as well. Let's have a look and see what the next messages are. Otherwise, I'll be here all day talking about this. As I often say, I get into a subject and I'm just like, oh, so many messages. All right, so pursue your dream. Have faith in your intuition. Wow. So just reiterating, like, the intuition that you're getting, is right. Okay, so you follow your intuition. Don't follow what's expected of you or what you would normally do. This is a choice and a chance to kind of step right out of that cycle and step into something completely new and different. Positive attitude, transform negative thoughts. Okay, so yeah, this might be, and I was kind of picking up on this, and honestly, guys, I feel like this message is a little bit for me too, because I do this as well. I have certain ways that I've always responded to certain situations, and sometimes you can get depressed about them, you can let them drag you down, and you really have to work on having a positive attitude and transforming your negative thoughts. I'm going to read the book about that one as well, so that we can see what messages the card creator has for you as well. Pursuing your dream and having faith in your intuition. I feel like this is, for some of you, it's going to be about something that you want to do, but you kind of don't feel it's, let's say, all right, let's say, for example, you want to run your own business doing something that no one in your family's ever done before, and no one in your family's ever worked for themselves. They've always worked for someone else. And that is kind of part of this DNA, this karmic cycle, and what's, embedded in yourselves is to always be a worker. But you have had the intuition, you've had the guidance that you can do this, that you can step out of that place, that pattern, and become, your own boss and work for yourself. And this is just an example. It could work with many different kinds of situations here. And because this is a collective reading, I'm going to get heaps of different messages. But just to explain it to you, I feel like, yeah, you've had this intuition, you've had this dream, you've been shown that there's a different way that you can do things, but because it's not something that you've seen done before, or not something that you've been exposed to or have any knowledge of, you kind of feel like you're out of your depth, and the temptation to just kind of stay doing what you're doing now, rather than take the guidance and the intuition to go into a new phase and a new cycle and kind of heal this or change this for yourself and for others as well in your family, is where you're at. And this is your kind of your message to say that you follow your guidance and your dreams. Your intuition really is leading you if you listen to it. Positive attitude. Oh, I thought I'd almost opened it on the right one then. So positive attitude. Every day brings with it the opportunity to choose how we want to continue our soul's journey. We can decide whether to carry a negative attitude everywhere or shine the light of optimism on those we meet. By reflecting a positive presence, we have the power to make people around us feel happy. Positivity is a potential within all of us. It doesn't come from hard work or having wealth or special skills. Optimism. Wow. These cards couldn't have come up more perfectly, could they? Honestly. Oh no, I'm burping again. Okay, optimism develops with an affirmative attitude and finding beauty in everything. Your psyche can unlock your full potential if you maintain a positive mindset. You have faith. When you have faith that you can achieve your dream, you can create a more encouraging result. By developing the ability to face challenges, every time a negative thought arises or you receive external criticism, respond by utilizing the best qualities you have to bring to the situation. Be more gentle and loving towards yourself. Reflect on the abundance in your life and be thankful for it. When you are optimistic, you can achieve so much more and handle it creatively. Plant the seeds of love in the garden of your soul and behold the positive effect and the blossoming of beauty everywhere. I will release my negative thoughts and create a new and more positive approach. Very interesting. So yeah, I feel like, this is talking about changing the habits of the way we think. So mindset work perhaps is going to help you follow this guidance, or it might actually be that you are wanting to, step into doing something like hypnosis or mindset work, mindset coaching, or something like that as well. And it's so like out of the realm of what the rest of your family does and has done for, generations probably, that it seems really like a big leap for you. But I feel like you can do it, right? So the cards are here to remind you that, it's always your choice that whether you can step out of that cycle and change things for yourself or not. Yeah, just in case you've never seen me read before, I read with music, so I have music going on in my ear because I can't have it on Facebook because of the copyright laws and things like that. So you'll see me with headphones in, and it helps me channel messages. So let's get this Moon Witch Oracle Tarot that I usually use because I finally found it. It was hiding in my room. I lost it for a while and I couldn't find it. So yeah, that's the thing. Trust. The universe has a plan for you, okay? So this is about learning to trust yourself and your guidance as well. It's about digging into, as it said in the positive attitude thing, it's like every time a negative thought about this thing, this particular situation or cycle or whatever it is comes up for you, it's going to be so much better if you can change your mind by changing the thought that you had and just slowly rewiring the way that your brain thinks, like teaching your brain to think a different way, teaching your brain to have a different, and therefore teaching your body to have a different reaction because often we have a bodily reaction to things that are sort of karmic, so yeah, trust that the universe has a plan for you. Your plan, whatever that is your dream. So yeah, I don't know, my mind just went blank then, so it's time for me to change the message, to change the thoughts I have about this. Movement, inspiration is drawn to motion. That's interesting. Yeah, so movement, when I'm seeing this for you guys, group 3, I'm feeling like what they're saying is it's like movement is describing action for you. They're making obvious to you that it's time to take steps towards your dream rather than just, like think about it, I think. Also, movement can be, inspiration is drawn to motion. So maybe you're feeling stuck. You don't know quite what to do or how to do it or how to get to where you where you want to go. And I feel like sometimes just going for a walk or going out in nature or doing a class where you're shifting stuck energy within your body, so any sort of exercise or sorry don't mind me doing this weird dance with my arm. I'm all tangled up in the headphone cords. Yeah, so anything that's sort of like moving the body, shifting the stuck energy to allow inspiration to come in for you, is going to help. And it's also going to help you trust your intuition, because I think in group 2 I was talking about feeling safe in your body and how when you don't feel safe in your body, you can't really feel your intuition properly. Like you don't know the difference between intuition and your ego or your fears or whatever's coming up. So yeah, it's just one of those things, I guess. To do movement, somatic movement. The word somatic keeps coming up in my mind, in my brain, and lots of readings and things like that I'm doing at the moment. It is a big thing right now, but it helps shift stuck energy, stuck trauma, things like that out of the body. So it's a really good thing to do if you're feeling stuck, I think. You can go on YouTube, you can find, people doing somatic yoga, and the vagus nerve toning things as well. They're really helpful for that kind of thing. So let's see what other messages we have for group 3. Hi, I don't know who's watching me because I can't see anything. Oh, hi, Dawn. Sorry, I couldn't see you. I had a pop up there. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see someone watching me. It's always nice to have an audience. Oh, let's have a look here. All right, vision. Get clear on what you want. All right, so I feel like the movement thing, the movement message has to do. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad it's on point for you. That's amazing. It's funny how it works like that. Like it just never ceases to amaze me. Yeah, so vision, getting clear on what you want. And I feel like this is related to movement. By doing the movement, whatever the movement is, it might be, as I said, inspired action, or it might be just action, like doing something towards your dream, towards whatever it is that you need to do, or want to do, is going to help you get clear on what you want. So sometimes my guides are saying it's like once you know what you don't want, it's much easier to know what you do want. So by making actions, taking, what is it they call it in the coaching world? Yeah, just taking messy action. Not have, it doesn't have to be perfect when you do it. It just, you take that step, you try something, you do something differently. If it doesn't work, it's fine. There's no failure, only feedback, right? And the feedback is, this isn't what I want, or this didn't take me to the direction that I wanted to go in. So I am now more aware of what I do want to do, so I can go back and tweak whatever this action was. And that helps you get clear on your vision the more you do it. I think it was Matt Kahn. It always cracks me up. There was one of his videos where it's quite a long video, and he's giving a spiritual talk, and he says, so how do you reach enlightenment? You just keep fucking up. And that's basically it. It's like the more mistakes, we get worried about making mistakes, we get worried about doing things wrong and stuff like that. But the more you do that, the more often it helps you define what it is that you actually really want. The more it helps you you get shown, this is right, this feels right, or this doesn't feel right, and I'm not going to do it anymore. So yeah, it's a really interesting kind of concept, because most of the time we're brought up in this idea, with this idealism and perfectionism, and you have to be right every time. But it really, doing things and finding out that they're not the right thing, or making mistakes, or however you want to see it, is really just using your curiosity to find out what is and isn't on your path. And funnily enough, curiosity, I didn't even see that when I said curiosity. That's so funny. So yeah, what sparks your curiosity? Maybe it's time to start exploring. How can I do this? How can I define my vision more clearly? And what can I explore without having this perfectionist idea about it has to be this one, or it has to work this way? How can I explore that more and find things that spark my interest, that I can bring into my experience, that I can bring into my my movement towards the dream that I'm pursuing? One or two more messages for you guys, and then I'm going to take it to an extended reading, because I think that this one is going to be one that's got lots of in-depth messages, and I can't really be online live for too long, just because it wears me out. So yeah, so let's have a look at this curiosity. All right, what else have we got for group 3? Lunar eclipse. Open the door to a higher dimension. So whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're thinking about, I feel like it's something that's going to really expand your view of life and the way that you can actually, move forward. You don't have to stay stuck in that loop, that record loop, that replays over and over, and you think you've changed, you go into another situation, it's the same fucking thing, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, really? Again? I thought I chose differently. This is really, really the message that's coming through here so clearly, is to remember to follow your intuition, and do whatever you need to do to get into your intuition, so that you can trust your intuition and follow that, instead of just continuing down this same path where you just go round and round in circles for whatever reason that is. So the answer is no. Sleep on it. Okay, that's interesting. That might be something that you're questioning, something that you're thinking about doing, something about... let me just tune in. What is this no about? All right, so they're pointing out to me what came up on the this card here, which was, what was it? Let us understand that another cannot be the embodiment of our truth. So this is kind of, it's saying like this is something you need to do on your own. You can't rely on other people to be telling you what to do, to be, you know, yeah, I think that's kind of it. It's sort of like often when we're beginners, we're relying on other people. We're relying on their opinions or them to show us the way, when really our intuition knows everything, right? If we get deep enough into the heart center, if we get deep enough into ourselves, into our truth, we don't need other people to show us. And I feel like for some of you, this might be some kind of like situation of codependency, of you know, wanting to do something but feeling like you're going to upset the apple cart with a person in your life. Might be a partner, might be a parent, could be, you know, anyone. But I feel like the no coming up is really, is sort of like, don't deny yourself your destiny, right, by kind of worrying about, you know, by people pleasing basically. Just sleep on it. Don't say no straight away. I mean, don't try and make any rash decisions. Sleep on it is what it says on the bottom. It says sleep on it. So there's something you need to kind of think about, maybe contemplate about this situation that's a no, and that you might need to sleep on it. And I feel like it's a no because whatever idea you have in your head is sort of coming from this DNA karma place, rather than from the optimism and the dream and the positive attitude type area, place, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, I'm having trouble thinking of the way to describe that, but I'm sure you guys get what I mean. So, all right, let's have a look. Celine, bring light into somebody's dark sky. Ooh, okay. So this is about, yeah, bringing your light. When you shine your light brightly, that no one can put it out, right? This is what I'm getting here. Is like, it's about how you are a very bright light, and your connection or whatever it is that this knows about. As I said, I'm picking up codependency, which is often a thing that's a karmic thing. It's a one of those things that's in our DNA because we need other people to survive, but then our humanness gets confused with the idea that we need them to make us, you know, to light us up or to whatever. I'm sure you'll know what I mean by that. But this is actually you lighting up someone else or lighting up other people. And maybe this is part of the dream. It's like this purpose to do something that brings that light, that brings that transformation and hope and optimism to other people as well. I'm going to get one more message and then I'm going to end the reading. I feel like this is a really interesting message and I'll get into it in the extended. I'll leave a link on my page for the extended, but this will also be going on YouTube and the links will go there as well when they're done. Sometimes it takes a little while to upload. So we have Hecate, change is important, release the past. So yeah, something from your past perhaps holding you back, ideas and beliefs, maybe the karma thing. It could be other stuff as well. I feel like it's just time to release what's been and move into what is or what's coming. Moonbeam, you are on the right path. All right, so just another confirmation from your guides that following your intuition, existing for optimism, working on your mindset so that you're in a positive state and attracting more positive experiences is really the right path for you as far as it goes. When it, you know, as far as it goes towards this situation. Hopefully you guys got some good messages, and this is, you know, this is a complete reading, but I'll go deeper with tarot and stuff on the extended for those of you who are interested and want to kind of find out more. And yeah, hopefully I will see you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and I really appreciate you guys all. Thanks, bye. And